Hello, my name is Dr. Ruthie. I'm a professional sexuality educator, and you can learn more about me at exploringintimacy.com. I'm also the author of The Nice Girl's Guide to Talking Dirty, but today I'm here, thanks to the great folks at funwares.com, answering questions from moms about sex and relationships. It's Mother's Day month, and as a special tribute to moms and moms-to-be and all those good parents out there, I am answering a bunch of questions collected specifically from moms. If you want to send me your question, you can send it to AskDrRuathie at funwares.com, and you can also tweet me at DrRuthie, D-R-R-U-T-H-I-E. All right, let's take a look at this question here. My main question is probably the same as most other moms: energy. Particularly when there's a medical condition involved. Fibromyalgia and other conditions aren't always something that can be recharged. How do we continue to be sexually active when we have so little energy left for ourselves? This is a fantastic question, and the kind of glib answer would be prioritize yourselves more and make sure you save more energy for yourselves. But we are doing Mother's Day questions today, so we know that the reality of it is, even if we make that a priority, that we have time for ourselves in our schedule and we stay well balanced, and I hope that you are finding a way to keep that on your schedule, you still have a lot of things that are taking up your energy. And we've talked a little bit about time and integrating romance and things into other activities, but energy still remains an issue. And when we have medical conditions as well, it's definitely going to remain an issue because, what energy you do have is going away a lot quicker. So let's talk a little bit about this. The first thing I want to do is say that this is time to redefine and reconceptualize sex. This is not a parting gift or a consolation prize. This is actually a skill that is going to allow you to be happier and more sexual your entire lives, regardless of where your energy is going. People who can broaden their definition of sex have more satisfying, more frequent sex for a longer period of their lives throughout their adulthood. What do I mean by redefining it? Well, this is something I talk about from time to time, so you can also check in with other videos. But basically, sex is not just intercourse. It's all of the things that give us sexual pleasure. And when we open that definition, it suddenly becomes less burdensome to figure out how to have sex. And I'm talking about manual, oral, toys, also intercourse if you still like that, other kinds of kinky or sensual things that bring you sexual pleasure. If all of those things can be considered sex, and you feel good when they happen and you're glad when they happen and you feel sexual and you feel pleasure, then it's a lot easier to successfully keep having sex, definitely. Now, this is especially the case when we're talking about energy level type stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and use the example of sex toys with this. But think about other things that you really enjoy and other ways you like to be sexual and kind of shape this example in that direction for yourself. Sex toys can be a wonderful way to really take the burden of performance, both pleasing the partner and the performance aspect of being pleasured, off the table, and to reduce the concerns about stamina and physical mobility and also just the energy to be sexual. Because you have this wonderful stimulating device that is easy to manipulate and maneuver if you have a good toy for you, and that doesn't get tired until the batteries wear out or you blow the fuse downstairs. And that can be wonderful. Combine it with lube and we have a really great combination. Now, in addition to expanding sex to include activities that are more physically accessible and less exhausting, it also means thinking of sex with different undertones, different personalities of sex, if you will. So, there's the wild and crazy sex. There's the I'm swept away by you sex. There's the I have to have you and to become one type of sex. But there's also other types of sex. There's slow and sweet sex. There's relaxing, this helps me sleep better and gets rid of my leg spasms sex. There is sex that reaffirms that we have more to our identity than being parents right now kind of sex. And there's sex that's like a good massage. And so however you want to think of the best personality of sex for your situation, please do. I'm going to continue the toy example with the sex that's like a good massage example. So what I will often say to folks is, do you ever get time to get a massage? No. Do you ever go get time to have sex? No. What if we could put those things together and really prioritize and make time for that? What if sexual pleasure and intimacy with your lovers or yourself was like making time to have a really great massage appointment. And when you're done, you feel relaxed and rejuvenated and more energy, or you sleep better that night and your body feels better, but your job was to just relax and enjoy. When we have sex like that, it becomes a different way of doing it for many folks. And so this is what I'm encouraging you to think of, is something along these lines for yourself. And that may mean that one of you is in charge of operating the sex toy while the other one is in charge of just directing them and how you like it. So I like a little more, I like a little less, I like a little more or less lube, a little more here, a little more there. Can you grab me an extra pillow to prop me up, you know, or I want to lay flat, can you help me get rid of these pillows? And to just set the context for exactly what you need, and you can receive that love and that energy and that pleasure from your partner without them having to expend as much physical energy or utilize as much mobility. And you can get what you want for as long as you like, without having to feel concerned that your partner or your own energy is likely to wear out. And when you're done, whether that's an orgasm or that was nice and I'm done now, congratulations, you just had great sex. And that's a different definition than Americans typically think about. We usually think about some sort of thrusty intercourse sort of sex. And we redefine it that way, and then we start to make time, just like you would schedule a massage appointment for an hour, to make that time to say, all right, this is your turn to hold the toys, and it's my time to tell you what I want with them. And maybe what I want is that massager right between my shoulder blades. And maybe what I want is that massager right between my thighs. And so it is up to you to kind of consider what feels good for you and ask the other person to help provide that. And then afterwards, if the energy is there, but I would say, you know, the next day, later that day, the next week, later that month, whatever the case may be, then it's switcheroo. And if your partner is male, or if you have a penis and scrotum and those genitals we typically associate with being male, then note that there are some great sex toys out there for guys too that reduce the amount of physical effort that's necessary. And there's a lot of really crummy men's sex toys out there, so you got to kind of look at the reviews and the suggestions, but there are becoming more and more really great sex toys out there. I would say start looking at the stuff by Tenga, Tenga, and then expand your search from there. So that would be my suggestion to you, is to kind of reconceptualize, because sex should work for you. You shouldn't have to work for sex. And so that means reinventing it the way you want to. And what that will mean is that you are leaps and bounds ahead of most other people who are still working for sex instead of having sex work for them, and thus not having it when they want to. So good. I hope that this is helpful for you, and I am so glad that you are prioritizing this part of your lives because you want to, and recognizing that it doesn't have to go away if you don't want it to, just because you're parents. Happy Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day month. I'm Dr. Ruthie, and I'll see you at the next video.